Hello again, viewers. It's that time again. Tenerife, 7 days. How much did it cost? Let's go through the flights, the hotels, and I'll tell you about the good, the bad, and the ugly, of course. Let's go. Before I start, I need to get the pound glasses on so I can see what I'm doing, viewers. Hope you're all well. I'm just back from a wee weekend in Edinburgh. Thanks for watching the recent Tenerife videos. I really appreciate it. There's a few more to come from that series, and there's a new series starting soon. Keep an eye on the channel. That's all I can say. Before I start, a wee thank you. A new cap, viewers, the Island Bar Tenerife. That's at the Funchal strip, just next door to Smiley's Bar, across from the Tenerife Sur. Thanks to Mark and Sandra for their kind gift and the lift to the airport you gave me as well. I'll leave a link in the comments. Check out their group on Facebook. It's absolutely free to join. Also, another viewer sent me another nice gift as well. Check this out. A wee bit of merch. Scotsman and Tenerife t-shirt. Says, see you on the next one here. You can't see it because I've got the camera settings round the wrong way. But thanks very much, Jerry, for your t-shirts. I do wear them. We've got 3. You'll see a couple more new videos as well. Anyway, without further ado, let's go. I've got a wee notepad here to keep me right, viewers. Before I forget, if you want to know when my next destinations are coming up, where I'm going before anybody else, I've got a free newsletter. Already, hundreds of people have joined it. I've got some interesting content coming up on that as well that you won't see on YouTube. So I'll leave a link below. All we need is your email address. You can unsubscribe at any time, and it's absolutely free. There you go, viewers. So, we're going to cover all the hotels that I stayed in, including the shocking hostel video, which is coming soon. Let me know what you think. I think the video I've done does not do justice how bad it actually was, but you can be the judge when you see the video. Let me know. Just a wee shout out as well to all the guys who have recently bought me a coffee. Thank you so much. I'm saving the money up for a special trip at the end of the year. Hopefully we'll get there. So a wee thanks to Andy and Jacqueline, Charles, Debbie, Caroline Ray, Alan Bloomfield and Distant Sun. Thanks, Ronnie. A few other guys bought coffees as well but didn't leave their name. Thanks for all your support. And thank you to everybody who's watched the videos. We're now over 40,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. So, flights were with TUI. £112 return. That's how much it cost me for the flights to Tenerife. Now, the weird thing about TUI is their website, I have to be honest with you, is pretty bad. Sometimes you can't get flight prices and you have to go in different sections of the website. It's quite confusing. Sometimes the flights do not come up on skyscanner.net. Skyscanner is the website I always use to find the cheapest flights. Then I go direct to the tour operator and I book directly with them. Interesting about TUI, but return flights with TUI can often be just a tiny bit more than one way. So if you're ever thinking of booking a one-way flight with TUI, check the return flight because it might work out cheaper than booking it separately. I don't know why, that's just the way it is. So I like TUI, I fly with them quite a lot. They've got lovely staff. Elaine, how you doing? And I quite often find good deals with TUI quite near departure date. Not much in advance, but near departure date. And £112 for a flight to Tenerife. Can't complain, I think that's not bad. Anyway, let's go into the hotels. We started off in my favourite budget accommodation in Los Cristianos at the Pension Playa Hostel. I've done lots of videos showing you the single rooms. Single rooms in the Pension Playa at the moment are £28, but you get a private room. The bathroom's just outside the door for a hostel, but it's very good value. The hostel's clean. The location is superb. It's next door to the Fountain Bar, Popeyes, right on the promenade at Los Cristianos. So I've got no complaints whenever I stay there. This time, the single room was fully booked, so I had to book a double room. The double room was £42 through booking.com. Always booking a mobile phone. It can be cheaper as well. I have done a video in a double room, and you'll see it on my other channel. It's in the travel day video from Glasgow to Tenerife. I'll leave a link up there if I remember at the end. Watch till the end if you want to see what that hostel's like inside. In the double room, I've done videos in the single room before on the channel, but I've never shown you the double room. I'll give you a spoiler alert. It's much the same, except it's got an extra single bed and you get tea and coffee, but it's good value. So that was £42 at booking.com. I did stay another night in the single room, which which is £28. So the 2 nights combined, it was pretty cheap, an average of maybe £35 a night, not bad, as a private room, brilliant location. Then we moved on to Golf del Sur. Lots of people tell me I'm pronouncing it wrong, apologies. Check out Rick and Shelley's channel, Just Rick and Shelley. Rick really helped me out in Golf del Sur because he pointed out a few hidden gems. I hope you've seen those videos as well. I stayed in a new bed and breakfast bang in the centre of Golf del Sur, right next to the square at San Blas. Location was brilliant. It's called the Arbelo Golf Bed and Breakfast. Interesting thing is there was no breakfast included, so I don't know why it's called bed and breakfast. As far as I know, there's no breakfast included. Location wise, brilliant, right on the square, so you can have a night out, a nice meal, a couple of drinks, and just walk straight back to your room. Again, you're only about a 10-15 minute walk to Los Abrigos. I did do a video walking from there to Golf del Sur, so check it out on the channel as well. Opinions on accommodation. The building inside is very nice, traditional feel to it. This was £56 with booking.com, so it wasn't that cheap, but the location was brilliant, and the accommodation in Golf del Sur is quite expensive as well. The room was fine, pretty comfortable, wee bit noisy. From early in the morning you will start to hear people going for breakfast in the bars next door. You got Nutter's Bar just downstairs, and that was really busy from 8 o'clock in the morning, so if you really need a long lie, you need to bear that in mind. But location is brilliant. Would I stay there again? Definitely would. If I was going to San Blas, you cannot get a better location than what it is there, so I would definitely stay there again, without a doubt. Would I stay a week or two there? Probably not. There's not any balcony really, there's no swimming pool, but 1 or 2 nights, no problem. Next we went on to another budget accommodation in Los Cristianos. I really struggled to get accommodation this trip. Everything was just fully booked or outrageous prices. So I stayed at the pension Casa Blanca, which I've stayed at before. Always make a wee joke that the prison cell is a single room. I have stayed there a lot of times. It's fine. It's not as nice as the pension Playa. It's not as good a location. It's up quite a steep hill just at the back of the church. I had to stay there because there was nothing else available. I had to book a double room here because there was no singles. It was £44. It had an ensuite bathroom. It had actually a wee balcony with a sea view, which is brilliant. I couldn't really complain for the money. The room's very, very noisy here. The noisiest location in Los Cristianos. The room is very, very basic. It needs a lick of paint. I wouldn't recommend here for more than 1 or 2 nights, and I probably wouldn't recommend if you're going on a couple's romantic holiday, don't book here. But for 1 or 2 nights, it done the job. I booked it through hotels.com, so with their stamp system, for every night you book, you get a stamp, and after 10 nights, you got 1 night free. So it was £44, but in effect, I'll get that for about £40. I'll get 10% off it roughly. So would I stay there again? Only if everything else is fully booked. I much prefer the other places in Los Cristianos, but can't complain for the money. Next, viewers, we went on to the worst rated hostel in Tenerife, 1.5 stars on TripAdvisor. Things were really desperate. I could not find anything in Los Cristianos for under £150 that night. I could have went to Las Americas and stayed in a very basic apartment, I think for about 80 or 90. But I decided, viewers, just for you, to make a wee film and a video of the worst rated hostel in Tenerife. The location of this hostel is amazing. It's a brilliant location. It's got a rooftop terrace overlooking Los Cristianos, the promenade and the beach, and looking out down towards the harbour. It could actually be a really nice accommodation, but it's a disgrace. It's not clean in any way. I stayed in a dormitory room for 4, which normally you can get for under £20 per night. It means in theory you could be sharing with another 3 people, bunk beds in the room. Luckily, nobody else came in my room, so I had the room all to myself. I paid €28 for this, which is £25 roughly. It's normally cheapest on booking.com. I actually paid direct with the very unfriendly woman in the reception, which is actually the D-Mart supermarket. You'll see it in the video. So you go into the supermarket, they check you in, they give you your key, They take €10 deposit for your key. It's that kind of place. They take a deposit for the key. And the hostel is not recommended. You'll see the video and judge it for yourself. I do not recommend this place, even in emergencies. Who knows what room you could actually get. The rooms up the top, near the rooftop terrace, looked a lot worse than the room I was in. They looked as if they've got maybe people staying long term. There's stuff all over the place. Just all sorts lying about. Avoid at all costs, that's all I can say, viewers. But it was an experience. I've done it just for you. Let me know how you like the video. Did I do it justice? Let me know. It's just called the Tenerife Hostel. So when you're on booking.com, if it's called Tenerife Hostel and you'll see a picture with orange furniture, that's the one to avoid, okay? So next, after the night in the hostel, I decided to treat myself, viewers. We went to the Hotel Reveron Plaza, which is right in Church Square. For the very first night, bed and breakfast there, I paid £37 because I had a £50 credit to use on hotels.com because I've stayed 10 nights and the stamp system gave me a night free. So £37 bed and breakfast for that hotel was brilliant. This hotel will vary in price. I've seen it as low as about £60, but in high season or when everything's fully booked, I've seen it as high as £150. It's not worth that in my opinion. I've got mixed feelings about this hotel. Because of the experience I had with the hostel, I ended up getting lazy in the last night. Prices were outrageous everywhere anyway, so I just paid £87 bed and breakfast to stay another night in the Hotel Reveron Plaza because I liked the rooms. I was quite comfortable. I love the location right in the Church Square, but there is a few negatives about the location. It's a very, very noisy location. From early in the morning, you'll hear cars going by the street, just down past the Hideaway, down towards Churchill, Starry-Mongol. You hear a lot of noise, a lot of traffic. You've got shop owners getting deliveries. So if you're a light sleeper, be aware the Hotel Reveron Plaza, depending on the room that you get, might not be suitable. It's very, very noisy. The staff in the Hotel Reveron Plaza were possibly the friendliest and the nicest staff I've experienced in all my stays in Tenerife. I thought the staff were fantastic in there. The rooms were a good standard. They're a wee bit dated, but I quite liked that. They were quite spacious. Everything was fine. I had no complaints. Would I stay in the Hotel Reveron Plaza again? I think I would for one night, but I wouldn't stay for a week or 2 weeks probably because the location is too noisy. If I do have a late night, maybe out to 2, 3 in the morning, and I wanted to lie in a bit later, I can't see how I'd be able to do that there. It's pretty noisy. The breakfast video's coming up soon as well. Very surprising, the breakfast. They actually offered an English breakfast as well as some omelettes and traditional Spanish types things as well. I thought the scrambled egg was amazing. The bacon and sausage were no good. So the breakfast's a bit hit and miss. It's quite a nice dining room, but they've got seats overlooking outside as well, so it's quite nice. But for the money, would I stay there again? If it was a good enough deal, yes. I liked the hotel, loved the staff. A big bonus with that hotel, on my last day, the late flight, downstairs they've got a gym and they've got a shower and a changing room, so you can leave your luggage at reception without paying extra for a late checkout room, and you can just go down there and have a shower and then head to the airport maybe about 2 o'clock. So that was really a big bonus about staying there. If I had a late flight again and I was going to stay in Los Cristianos, I would definitely consider that hotel just for that reason alone. They've got the shower room and you can leave your stuff there. It's a real good bonus compared to other hotels. So that's my thoughts on the Reveron Plaza. Okay, so how much did we pay in total, viewers? Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit the wee subscribe button just down there. It's absolutely free. If you're on your TV, then basically just hit the wee icon button there, the camera icon. Just click subscribe. Absolutely free, doesn't cost a penny. Flights were £112. Hotels were £319. Total for 7 nights in Tenerife, staying at 0-star hostels. I include that one, 0-star, the Tenerife Hostel, and a 4-star hotel at the Reveron Plaza with maybe a 3-star in Golf del Sur. So quite a good mix of accommodations. The total for 7 nights was £431, and it was booked in a very, very expensive week for accommodation. So I think if I'd been there a month or two earlier or later, I could have got the accommodation prices are way down. I paid a bit more for accommodation than I normally would. But overall, I think for a week in Tenerife, reasonable value, a couple of properties there. I know viewers you would not stay in yourself, I understand that. The hostel video hopefully will show you how shocking it is, but it was unbelievable. I could not believe the mess of that place. Just everything about it was just wrong, and it could be so nice. What a great location, what a shame. So let me know what you think. Don't forget, viewers, sign up to the free newsletter. I'm trying to make sure that I've basically got obviously information off YouTube as well, because if anything happens to the channel, I've got a big fear. There's so much going on with people scamming channels and hacking into channels. So at the end of the day, if you want to keep up to date with the videos and guarantee it, sign up for the newsletter. No matter what happens, I'll be able to send you a wee email, let you know where I'm going next. I might ask you for some advice. I might even do a couple of videos that don't go up on the channel, but maybe show them privately to all the newsletter guys. So anyway, I just hope you've enjoyed the wee rundown of the costing. None of the books in the back are mine, that's my daughter's library. There's a couple of sports ones in there as well, just in case you're wondering where the books are. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate all your support, watching the videos in Tenerife and everywhere else. Thanks Mark and Sandra for the cap, thanks Jerry for the t-shirt. One day will I do merchandise, who knows, a lot of people keep asking me, we'll see one day. Thanks again viewers, really appreciate all your support. I'll see you on the next one, as it says here. See you on the next one. Thanks viewers, bye bye.